My son Dutch, I told you, he's doing this thing called Senior Assassin. Right, that's the thing where if you're a senior, you got to wear like goggles or something, and they try to shoot you with squirt guns, and everyone puts all this money into a pool, and there's like about $6,000 in this pool now.
Oh, dang, that got huge.
So and then I found out, I thought it was you throw a senior party, and you do, but Dutch is like, yeah, $200, $300, and the rest goes to the kid that wins, the team that wins. And him and Gavin, his friend Gavin, are a team, and it's getting so competitive now. And the rules are, you cannot shoot someone in their house, they're safe, unless their parents let you in. You can't shoot them on campus, and you can't shoot them at a school event, okay? It's getting so out of hand where, like, one night, Dutch waited, had to go pick up his friend Gavin, plays lacrosse, and was on campus at the football field until midnight, and then Dutch waited for him outside, and he climbed over a fence and got in Dutch's car, because people are, like, Dutch and Gavin are some of the final two. My wife gets a phone call the other day from my neighbor and my friend, Lolo, from Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Lolo's daughter, China, goes to school with Dutch. They grew up together. Dutch is China's target. So China has to get Dutch. Lolo calls my wife and says, I will give you 1 year of free fried chicken from Lolo's Chicken and Waffles if you let China in your house to shoot Dutch.
Wow, what a great offer.
It is a really good offer.
That would be such diabolical, like, betrayal on her part.
It's not an automatic no for me. Free chicken from Lolo's for you.
I'm also, like, for me, I was like, I when Blake's telling me this, I was like, you know, if it was grilled chicken, I'm trying to eat healthy, like fried chicken, right. You know, or if it was a Kool-Aid, or if it was a banana pudding or something like that, I go a little bit, like, I'm not that big of a fried chicken fan, although I do splurge every once in a while on fried chicken. I don't know if I can do a year of fried chicken. And then I was like, I can't. I think would that ruin my relationship with my son?
But fried chicken.
Going back and
Totally
forth.
would
So
be.
Blake was like,
You sold me out.
What about Kool-Aid? What about Kool-Aid? A year of free Kool-Aid or whatever.
Yum.
Right? And then he says, Lolo says to Blake, I think I called the wrong parent. Like, if he would have called me, I would have negotiated with him. Yeah. So anyway, so Blake said no, and China got taken out.
Man, this is going on a long time. Good for Dutch and Gavin. They got to be just paranoid all the time, though, 24/7.
They are, but they're on fall break right now, and fall break is off limits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a nice little break.
And every once in a while, they do a purge day where there is no rules. You can get taken out, and that's where they're like hiding. And like, we were sitting there watching TV during the purge day last week, and Dutch was like, gets on his phone, also he just gets up. I gotta go. Why? My target is over at Golf and Stuff, or whatever the heck it is. And he got her. He's like, isn't that insane?
It's pretty insane.
It is so insane. Speaking of daughters, I laughed out loud at Kyle's daughter story. I hear the whole thing. After spending time with your daughter, Addie, her little personality now is like formed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
What did she say to you?
She has told me for a while she just wants to be famous. Like, that's her goal in life. And I'm like, oh, girl, I got to work with you. But okay. Right. So I can't remember where we were. We were at the grocery store or something. And somebody actually recognized her and was like, are you Kyle? I was like, yeah. She's like, I actually recognized your daughter. And she was with me. And when we left the grocery store after we said hi to that person, she looks at me and she goes, Mom, I'm famous. And I was like, okay, girl. Yeah, you are. All right. So when we were at Love Pup Family Fest, like, a couple people came up to her and said hi to her, right? And knew who she was. And she was like, on the way out, she was like, wow, that was a lot. Come to find out, my friend called me the other day, and Addie had been talking to her best friend, which is my friend's daughter. And she goes, yeah, apparently Addie said being famous is really exhausting. And how she was at Love Hub Family Fest and she just needed a break because of how exhausting it was. And now she's decided she doesn't want to be like Taylor Swift famous. She just wants to be like a little bit famous so that she can like have some breaks.
Miley Cyrus famous. Sabrina Carpenter famous.
I'm glad she's thinking it through. Planned it all out.
Okay, there you go. I was like, okay, maybe now you're seeing there's, those famous people. It's not all glitz and glam.
There's a downside.
Some big dreams.
funny.
I love it.
I know.
Speaking of Love Pup Family Fest, so the next one we're doing is November 9th at Vertuccio Farms. We announced Shinedown as the headliner, right? So Shinedown. Check this out. It starts at 4. It should be over at 8. Opening the whole event will be the Rich Barrett Band.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right? After that, I think it might be Austin Burke. Or I found out yesterday there's another band that's going to perform. I have never heard of this band, but when I told my son Dutch, he knew everything about this band. They have millions and millions of followers. So it's going to be locked down in the next couple of days. I heard it's almost a done deal, and then Shine Down.
Okay.
So that'll be 4 artists performing.
For free.
For free at Love Pub Family
awesome.
Fest November 9th. All I got to do is bring it's free, but we encourage a donation. Puppy pads, dog food, leashes, collars, anything like that. And it's November 9th, and there's going to be dog rescues from all over the state that are going to be there. In fact, if you work or run at a dog rescue and you're not there, get a hold of Love Pup and we'll set you up at the booth. Yeah, Grant?
I'd like to make a correction. You said there would be 4 artists at Love Pup Family Fest.
Yeah.
There will actually be 3. The Rich Bear Band does not count as an artist.
Come on.
Just to correct you. No big deal.
That's fair.
Grant is the drummer of the Rich Bear Band. All right, anyway, so that's November 9th, and all the information's on Love Pup Foundation on Instagram. Couple text messages. If you text us, we'll read your text on the air or we'll call you back. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. This 602 number. John J. Rich, my 3-year-old, will always sing It's Tuesday, and Daddy's got a game for you with you guys. It's the cutest. We love you guys. Well, thank you. John J. Rich, why doesn't Rich's podcast ventures get promoted on IG stories like John J?
You do a podcast, Rich?
Not beyond our afterwards.
Okay, I was going to say
I was like, I didn't know.
Unless they're talking about the extra radio show I do, which should be available on podcast soon.
But
I
it's
just got to
not.
get permission, yeah.
But when you click on the phone number of the person that texts, you can hit a button, you can see all the messages they've ever sent you. All this person's ever done is complain about every single person on the show, except for Kyle, actually.
Good.
Kyle's the only one.
Sure, they're in there.
Yeah.
We
No,
haven't
not
seen
from
those
this
ones
person.
yet.
This person. This person's complaining. It doesn't even understand that I have a podcast with my doctor that's filmed, and we post that. When Rich videos his podcast, we'll post it. Very simple. Teamwork. We're all equal here. Kyle, what's coming up? What's 3 things we need to know? Hurricane
Milton escalated real quickly yesterday. I mean, they were expecting when it would hit Florida that it would be Category 3. It's already a Category 5. And it's barreling towards the Florida coast. They think it should hit as early as tomorrow. The mayor of Tampa Bay actually issued a pretty blunt warning to residents.
There's never been one like this. Helene was a wake-up call. This is literally catastrophic. And I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
Yeah, that's a warning that you heed. My brother actually lives in Jacksonville, and I've always asked him, have you ever been worried about the hurricanes? And they've always been like, nope. And we were texting the other night, and he was like, this one we're kind of nervous about because this one's got potential to be absolutely just beyond.
This
what we've
morning,
seen.
they're saying this is about 100-year type storm. Like, you don't see these things come in like this. And we're thinking, well, we just had a big one. This can't be bigger, but it's big. Now, back down to a Category 3 this morning, but that's still a huge storm.
Yeah, it's moving quickly. So hopefully everyone is following the warnings and they are getting out. I know I probably, like you all, saw all the pictures on social media of just all the cars on the freeway trying to get out. And so hopefully everyone can safely before it hits. I question this choice, but they're pretty confident in it. Right now, it's $2 for a Mega Millions ticket. And they said as of April, it will now be $5 to play. I'm like, come on. I think anyone could go, well, $2 to possibly win $200 million. Okay. $5 for me, that's pushing it.
Do they increase the odds or anything?
Well,
so
yeah.
they do say that they are going to give you improved jackpot odds, more frequent giant prizes, and even larger payouts. But how do they promise that? I don't understand how that works.
Right.
If the numbers are, unless they're doing less numbers or something, I'm not really sure how they're going to guarantee that there is bigger prizes and more payouts, and I'm not really sure. But as of April, it will be changed. Powerball will stay the same, $2, and they say the odds will stay the same. So if you're like me and you'd rather just pay $2, just play the Powerball
I
instead.
tell you what, you want to become president of the United States? You keep that price down to $2, and that person will win. Yeah. Whichever one of those two, those
You're
are the
not kidding.
issues.
Keep Mega Millions at $2. Today's a big day for people like me who want to find deals. Amazon's Prime Days. They're calling it their big deal days because their Prime Days already happened earlier this year, but this is their second 2-day span of getting great deals on things. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but trust me, I will be all over that. I did see an article yesterday that there was some Chip and Joanna Gaines area rugs on sale, so I will be looking at that.
I feel like that Amazon Prime Day happens all the time. I feel like Amazon Prime Day, the Little League World Series, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are always happening.
Ostrich Festival, throw that in there too.
It does feel like that. But no, today and tomorrow are the big days for those deals on Amazon, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Let's get the Payne's predictions. 877-937-1047 to get your sign read. Payne, what's the vibe today?
I'm going to tell you what fear you need to face based on your zodiac sign.
What fear?
Yeah.
What fear? Okay. Good morning, Allie. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm Aries.
Okay, you're usually fearless, Aries, but today's challenge is going to be facing your fear of just waiting. Patience really isn't your Aries strong suit, but just try to wait a full 10 minutes before opening that text and responding in ways that will end your friendships.
Eh.
Patience is virtue, Allie.
Too much work, huh, Allie?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not crazy about waiting.
Good luck with that.
All right, Allie. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
David, what's your sign? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's David the Taurus. What's the bull got going on today?
Well, Taurus, comfort zones are your thing, but today's fear that you need to conquer is going to be change. So you need to switch up your favorite coffee order because who knows, the world might not end if you drink something other than your usual vanilla latte. It's time to loosen up, my Taurus, for my bulls.
Well, that kind of sucks. I already drank my coffee for the day.
Well, then you got to switch something else up, David. Change it up.
Well, my dad's got different K-cups upstairs. I'll go see. I'll make a second cup.
There you go.
There you go.
Way to play it fast and loose.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Sarah, hello. What's your
Hello.
sign?
Good morning.
Hi.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, you're brave in most things, but we're going to talk about trust right now. So today's fear that you need to face is letting your guard down with somebody new. Face that fear of letting people in because not everybody is out to get you guys. Put your scorpion stinger down and just chill today.
Okay, that sounds really nice. I should do that.
Yes.
All right, Sarah. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day.
You too. Kyle's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, right around the corner.
I can't remember something happened the other day with my wife. We're talking about some workout. She was like, "You got to remember that for her birthday." And I was like, "Oh yeah."
I got Kyle's birthday present out of the way like
What?
2 weeks ago.
Like you already have it?
Yeah.
Today's the day to find Kyle a present on Amazon.
Yeah.
What'd she say she was looking for? What'd she say she was looking for 5 minutes ago? All right, what do you got for Libra?
Libra Kyle, today's fear is tackling your indecisiveness. So today, go pick a restaurant without asking like 10 people for their opinion and just trust yourself. Trust your taste and know that you're going to get something yummy. That's your challenge for today.
Okay.
How about for Pisces?
Yeah, Rich for Pisces. You love your dreamy world, but today is a fear that you need to face, and that fear is being direct. Stop sugarcoating and avoiding tough conversations. My Pisces, you need to speak your mind and trust that everyone can actually handle your truth bombs.
I bet you many Pisces can relate to that.
Yeah, you guys do like to beat around the bush, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How about for you, Leo?
Yeah, Leos. Today's fear that we need to face is letting somebody else have the spotlight for a minute. We all know that we're great, but facing our fear of sharing the stage is honestly just going to make our glow up even more impressive.
All right, how about Virgo?
Yeah, Virgo, John Jay, your fear is imperfection, and today you need to embrace your mess. So let your to-do list be unfinished, wear those mismatched socks, forget to color code something, and send a text without rereading it 15 times, and you'll be fine.
I do that every day.
Stop, not today.
Okay. All right, we get your sign there. I'll post it. JohnJaneRich.com. Did you guys see there was a new documentary that dropped yesterday on the Menendez brothers? It's on Netflix. Did you guys watch it?
Another one? No.
Oh my! Is that why it's number 2?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, the Menendez brothers moved back up to number 2. I didn't realize. Is it the one that they're actually in?
Yes. Yeah, I watched it.
And
But it's them over the phone.
Yeah.
They're not in like in person.
but they're in it.
It's so boring
Oh,
because
no.
you've seen everything now, right? So
Yeah.
it's so boring. But the one I did learn something.
What?
And I don't know because I didn't finish the show on the Menendez show, Monsters.
Yeah, well, it ended great.
But I didn't finish it. So what I'm about to tell you, I don't know if that comes up in the movie. But this is one thing I did not know. That they could not find one person at all to to say anything nice about Jose Menendez to go on the stand.
Oh, wow.
None of his friends, none of his family, none of his coworkers,
Dang.
nobody. They interviewed the lawyer. That was the lawyer then. She's on there talking about it now. She said, we couldn't find one person to say anything nice about it.
Well, in the show, they had the people that worked at the house and said that they were nice, that they were never mean to their kids. That was
that
show.
on the stand?
That was on the stand,
Well,
yeah.
now, according to the actual lawyer, that didn't happen then. Because she's like, we couldn't find one person to say anything nice about him. Isn't that crazy?
That speaks volumes.
I know. But I also now think, after watching that documentary, that it was all about the money. I don't know. I don't
solidified your opinion
Yeah,
on
I
it?
don't think. I think that other stuff came up as like, oh God, we should bring this up to get out. I think the dad was a jerk.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was a terrible person because he raised 2 kids to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's something like that. Anyway, we got all kind. That's number 2 on, or that's on Netflix right now. It's top 10, I think. So we're gonna get to some stacks and hacks, but first, Connor, what's up?
What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, yeah, I was just calling in because I'm a Sagittarius, and I remember Peyton saying that all Sagittarius men were evil.
Well, that's an evil laugh right after
I
that.
was about to say, I feel like all Sagittarius may be evil, but that's just because I have a Sagittarius sister. So I feel like that also kind of sways my opinion on them.
I was like, what kind of man hurt this woman?
Not a Sagittarius man, thankfully. I'd be scared.
Gotcha. Well, I was like, every time she does any of the readings, no Sagittarius hardly ever calls in. I was like, well, it's probably because they heard her say that.
Oh, well, call me next time, Connor.
Connor sounds really nice. Come
You
on.
seem like a nice Sag.
Yeah.
You might change my opinion. Who knows?
I'm nice until you get on my bad side.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
Evil.
You
Evil
can only hold
Connor.
it in for a minute.
All right, dog. Have a great day, man. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Stacks and hacks. This is where I go stacks of information. Rich has life hacks. A poll asked people how they squeeze toothpaste. Peyton, how do you squeeze your toothpaste?
From the bottom to the top.
Kyle?
Yeah, bottom to top.
Rich?
Bottom, and then you roll it up when you get, when it gets low.
I just do it in the middle.
And it gets all
course you
gross.
72% of people say from the bottom. 20% like to squeeze out of the top, and 4% use the amount that's just single grain of rice. I just grab it in the middle. That's not the top. I just go. I got to pay attention to that more.
Yeah. Let us
They
know.
had the Crest pump for a while, which eliminated all that, but I haven't seen those in a minute.
A poll found 10% of Americans are doing Sober October. I'm doing that, but I'm sober all year long. Here's a weird Halloween product. They're calling it the weirdest Halloween product of the year. Airheads Candy just unveiled a candy-scented foot spray. You can sign up. You win a can of it next Monday at airheadsfootsspray.com.
Ew.
And it's the shape of a foot. And I guess it must smell like Airheads? I don't know.
They should have, Fruit by the Foot should have done that. That would have been a lot better branding for them.
That's where,
By
though.
the foot.
Exactly.
Or if they do Airheads, they should be sponsoring Unfugged Feet and giving Kyle millions of dollars. 2 men in the UK were found with Kinder eggs. Is that how you say Kinder eggs? They were filled with ketamine
Oh my gosh.
inside their rear ends while entering an electronic music festival.
Oh.
Not surprising headline, though, is it?
Oh,
Yes.
gross.
Why is it not surprising to you?
I mean, they're entering a music festival.
22% of people with iPhones admit they look down on Android users and they would never date one. That is so crazy. Like if there was a girl or a guy you liked and they got an Android, I'm out.
That's
Green
really
text.
shallow.
It's fishy.
That's so crazy.
It's like excellent for Android users.
You said it.
Because I was going to say you weed the losers out.
I love
Whatever.
the Android phone was the best one I ever had. The only reason I'm on an iPhone is because my whole family's on iPhone and it's easy to work with it.
But like when we text the whole show, Kyle makes it turn up green. The text turn up green.
Who cares?
2 best friends found out they were pregnant at the same time, and they ended up having babies on the exact same day. So here's the audio of that happening.
Are you pregnant? Me too!
What?
Who's coming to play? Look it.
That's the baby's meeting in the hospital for the first time.
That is like a dream for me. I would love to have a baby at the same time as one of my friends. I had a pregnancy pact with one of my friends, and then when she told me she was pregnant, I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
Packed over.
What the pact is, we're going to be
I'm like,
pregnant?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was like whichever one of us gets pregnant first, the other one's going to have to get pregnant too so we can have babies at the same time. And I backed out completely, and she still holds it over my head. She has a 3-year-old now.
You screwed her over.
I did, yeah.
I love her daughter, though, so.
Rich, we get for life hacks.
All right, let's talk about the iPhone slowing down like the old ones because the new one's out. Am I right, Peyton?
Yes,
Things
very.
don't work. Like I told you just this weekend that my volume only works occasionally. Well, so I looked it up to see if it is actually true. And they say there is a hack to making your phone work better, that it actually isn't really the fact that the new phone's out. So here's what you do. First of all, close out all your apps that are all open and then do a hard reset. And then the most important thing is, because we always complain about our phone's not holding a charge anymore. The battery's bad. They say just take a toothpick and put it through the little charging port because it'll clean out a lot of the dust that builds up there. That actually slows down your battery, makes it charge slower. So it'll charge faster and hold it longer. All those hacks are complicated, I know, but they're all up at johnjandrich.com.
Does anyone wax their own face, nose, or ears? Text us, text JJR and then anything that's on your mind to 96893. 602 number says, Kyle, I'm with you. I have an Android, and most people in my life have iPhones. Who even cares what color the text is? The result is the same.
I know. The only thing that's really annoying, and it really is not the Android user or the iPhone user's fault, is that you can't send like a batch of pictures easily. You can't send videos easily. And then I get annoyed that the big companies can't just get along because the technology is there.
You're right.
Another text. Good morning. I saw Kyle out in the wild this weekend.
What?
Number one, she's so much pretty in person. Number two, why did I think or assume Scott was going to be taller? Have a great day, Wendy and Mesa.
Wendy, I don't know.
He is pretty
That's
tall,
nice.
though, I feel like.
Yeah, he's 6 foot.
That's tall, I think.
John J. Rich, my
Fair.
husband, listens to your show every morning. He heard you talk about your wife's back hurting. He said to have her try acupuncture, acupressure. That should help.
Oh,
She
that's
does.
a good idea.
He also wanted me to ask you, if a jury comes back with a not guilty verdict, is it legal for a judge to keep saying it back until they come back with a guilty verdict? I don't know where we became legal officials.
Well, Peyton was a criminal justice major.
That's true.
What say you, Peyton?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, well, there you go.
Can a judge overrule and say...
I don't think so. Once you've entrusted it to the jury.
Oh,
foreman.
really?
Yeah.
I thought they could be like, oh, no, I don't like that. Forget it. You get
I don't believe
Isn't
so.
that like a checks and balances? Isn't that why they have juries? I don't know.
Huh? I don't know.
Not a criminal
Yeah.
justice major.
Why would your husband ask us that?
Well, you guys watch a lot of murder shows.
Hey, Nick, can you get Kevin Rowe from Learn to Row? You probably have to wake him up because he sleeps till noon. But it'd be cool to ask him that question. Meanwhile, we get into the waxing story. What's the waxing situation? Who here on the show is Harry?
Well, I am for sure, and this has to do with me. So ever since I've, my lovely bride Stacy, she owns a med spa. She schedules my treatments. So this Thursday, I got a facial and an ear waxing and a nose waxing. But as I was at the gym yesterday, Eric, the guy who trains me, I'm laying down on one of those machines. He's like, "Whoa, time to get your nose waxed." So I'm like, it's insulting, but also hilarious at the same time. And the hilarious is more funny than the insulting is. And I said, you know what? I trim it every single day, but I don't have my appointment till later this week. And he says to me, he's like, yeah, I get it, but I don't wait. I do it myself. And I said, that seems like something you should only have a professional do, waxing your body stuff, because wouldn't that be extremely painful? I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do the rip of the wax. I would think that would really hurt. And unless you know what you're doing, couldn't you do terrible damage to your skin? He's like, no, it's no big deal. Everybody does it all the time. So I say to you, does anybody wax themselves successfully, or isn't that something you should farm out?
I used to actually get this stuff called Surgi-Wax. I don't even know if they sell it anymore, quite honestly. But my older sister started doing it, and we would wax our own eyebrows. And it would be a disaster sometimes, because you would take this it was in a little container, and you would put it in the microwave and heat up. And if you got it too hot, it was very painful. And then you would literally just paint the wax onto your eyebrow and then rip the wax off. There was no if you go to a professional place, they put the wax on and they put the strip over the wax and then pull.
And they go to school.
No.
They go to school for that, and they have special equipment for that.
You just rip the wax off. But it was really satisfying because you could see all the bulbs of the hair as it would come out. And so I used to do that, but that was in like skinny eyebrow days.
Right.
And now my eyebrows, I think, are permanently damaged from that. So that was a mistake, and I
Advising
don't
against
recommend it.
Yeah. I burnt the middle of my forehead trying to wax my unibrow off. Like, Kyle, you said if you get it too hot, I got it too hot, and it literally ripped my skin off my forehead.
And how long does that take to
I got
heal?
in a lot of trouble from my mom. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was like in the 8th grade or something. She was not happy with me.
So what does the dude wax himself?
He waxes his back, his nose, his ears.
back?
Yeah.
He needs
How?
help with
I
that.
can't even scratch my back.
Yeah. I mean,
Does he actually use a back scratcher to rip it off? How does
he's
he
like,
reach?
no, bro, mirror is what he said. No, bro,
What?
mirror.
He must be really flexible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he
can
is.
see like waxing your lip or like waxing your nose or trying to clean up your eyebrows, but I think waxing anything else, leave to the
I
professionals.
feel like when I've been to those places, they've got a special cauldron with special wax that is at a certain temperature, and these people go to esthetician school
They do.
to learn how to do it, to get all the angles right and all that stuff. I will not be doing that myself.
I would never.
I have to have a professional.
I think you have to get, because if you know when you're pulling it off, it's going to hurt.
for sure.
100%.
When you don't know when they're pulling it off, you kind of go, oh, damn, what'd you tell me? You know what I mean? And it's already over.
That's what happens during conversation. Like, have you ever gone to chill? They just pull it off.
it's a very high pain tolerance from your friend who waxes himself.
I started giving myself my own prostate exams.
Yeah.
Jay.
Okay.
So gross. How's that working out?
I think you should also leave that to
I think
the
I'm good. I think I'm pretty healthy. I started doing it every day.
Oh, my God.
There is something seriously wrong with you.
Anyway, what else here? Hold on. Text messages coming in. So many of them. Oh, a person cannot be tried again once a verdict has been issued. It's called double jeopardy. Yeah, but I think that's when double jeopardy is like, so somebody's not guilty of murder, and then 2 months later they try him. You can't do that. I think the text was about right then and there. If they say not guilty, can the judge go, hold on a minute,
I don't agree.
do it again? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
Doesn't
either.
seem like it.
I think that's the point of the jury.
John J. Rich, I do body waxing. Have tried to get with Nick to get John J in for a male Brazilian. No.
What's the motive behind that?
What's the what?
The motive.
To get a male Brazilian?
To get you in there.
No, there's no way.
Specifically.
There's no way. Because that's where you got to get on all fours and they, right?
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
I'll
the
pass.
one.
Anyway, Love Pup Family Fest is November 9th. It is brought to you by McCarthy Building. Also brought to you by Lerner and Rowe, who are trying to get on the phone right now to give us a final answer, but Kevin sleeps till noon, so we probably can't get him on. That's a bummer. Anyway, before we get to Peyton hating milk, Nikki, you're on the air. Good morning.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I know there's a lot of back and forth with the teeth comment. I just wanted to say my situation was the exact opposite. I had met a guy, went on a date with him. He had some terribly jacked up teeth to the point where I couldn't even look at him without staring at just his teeth. I couldn't kiss him, nothing. Told him, let's just be friends, never told him why. And eventually I ended up falling in love with his personality. We spent 8 years together, and truthfully, I never even noticed his teeth after that.
Aww. I love that.
But when you call them jacked up, how jacked up are they?
I mean, not just like crooked and then going in every direction, but they were stained, some pretty gnarly color. When he was a young child, as his baby teeth were falling out and his adult teeth were growing in, some medications and some health problems caused his adult teeth to be stained. So it wasn't something he could actually fix, I don't think. But yeah, it was gnarly.
When I got into a relationship with Rich, he had weird teeth, and then he got massive, massive veneers.
Weird teeth.
Why did you get veneers? You had normal teeth, didn't you?
They were okay, but I had braces and the staining was terrible. And so whenever we would do pictures for the show, I'd see them going and correcting things, and they'd be coloring in my teeth. Like, okay.
Now they got to make them smaller because they're always out of frame.
Now I can help land planes with them.
It always looks like we're standing behind a wall every time you smile. All right, Nikki, thank you for calling in.
Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Bye. Peyton, why do you hate milk?
I don't know. There's just something about cow's milk specifically that just grosses me out. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. I think I watched a video like a couple years back where I was like, yeah, no, I'm out on dairy and milk forever. Not dairy, but milk, cow dairy milk. Anyway, okay, so I went to Starbucks the other day and I wanted to switch up my order. And I saw on my Starbucks, it said that the iced caramel macchiato was the favorite for that store. So I was like, okay, I'm going to switch things up and be a little coffee girly and get me an iced caramel macchiato. So it wasn't until halfway through my iced caramel macchiato that I noticed I didn't substitute for almond milk. And I was like, wait, this caramel macchiato is delicious. So I finished it and I was like, okay, I think my stomach hurts. I kind of have like a stomach ache for drinking cow's milk, but whatever. So fast forward to like 3 days later and I want Starbucks again. I want the same drink, but I'm like, okay, sub for almond milk. You guys, this drink was the most disgusting drink I've ever had in my entire life. And so I was like, maybe like it was just made not the right way and maybe I'm tripping, whatever. So then like 2 days later, I go back to Starbucks and I get an iced caramel macchiato sub almond milk. It was gross again. And I was like, no, this can't be right. So then like 3 days later, I'm like, we're going to try this again. So I go to Starbucks, I get the iced caramel macchiato, no sub for almond milk, just how it is. Y'all, it was the best drink I've ever had in my life. So now I'm going through this thing where I'm like, do I like cow's milk? I feel like my personality is changing. Who am I? No, seriously. I like went home and I told Kadeem, I was like, this is real milk.
Dude.
But I can't see myself eating like a bowl of cereal with cow's
milk is so good. It tastes so good with cereal.
Especially
It's
the
really
real
cold.
one.
It's
2%.
next level. The thing is, here, I stopped drinking milk a long time ago, before I had kids, and I started went to almond milk because I read this thing or I saw this thing, and it was like, well, who drinks cow's milk? A baby cow, a calf. A baby calf goes from being born to 1,000 pounds in a year. Doing what? Drinking the mom's milk. So I was like, a human shouldn't be drinking that. This is just all in my own mind. So I started drinking almond milk. Every once in a while, just like you, it slips in. It is so good with cereal. It is so delicious. And then I got congested. None of my kids, I actually think, because, I'm 6'4". My wife's like 5'7". And I think my kids are relatively small and I think it's because they didn't drink cow's milk growing up. They've only had almond milk. That's just my own, my own research.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I remember, do you remember when we had babies, I was like afraid. I was hoping we didn't have girls. Because I thought with my size, I'd have these giant, massive, ugly, redheaded girls. So I was like, please, God, don't give me girls, give me boys. So I got boys, but they're petite. They're petite boys. I mean, Kev's like 6 foot, 200 pounds.
Yeah,
but
Dutch is going to be tall, too.
He's like 6 foot, but I thought 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". I thought I'm 6'4". I'm taller than my dad. And I think it's because when I was growing up, my parents, they just gave me everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You'd go to Church's Fried Chicken. We go to Taco Bell. I'd get normal vitamin D milk. Vitamin D milk is fantastic. That's how they make ice cream.
I know.
Oh, yeah, ice cream's amazing.
I tried to get like dairy-free ice cream most of the time.
It's not the same.
I just can't
You
get
love
down. Like,
milk.
it's to the point where like, if there's cereal and you only have cow's milk, I'll take water.
But you've just said how great the macchiato, just like what it does,
was.
it'll take
I
your
know.
cereal
I'm
to a
not
whole
ready
new
to
level.
go there
It's
yet.
in your head.
The closest thing I can find to normal milk is almond milk that's 80% something. They put vanilla in it and it's 80%. And that
Interesting.
tastes close to, like when you get almond milk, what kind of almond milk do you get?
I get like skim, original, or vanilla. It depends
What about
on
the
my
number?
Sugar-free vanilla?
The
I don't
calories.
know. I don't know.
You got to
I
get the
don't-
80
I
calories
don't
one.
look at that kind of stuff.
Well, it's on the bottom. It says really big, the number. It'll say 30, it says 40
I'll
or
have to
80.
find out and let you know.
What about coconut milk? Will you do coconut milk?
I've honestly never tried coconut milk, but
Like
I'm
in
sure
coffee,
I would.
that'd be pretty good because that's creamy.
Yeah, like coconut milk or like oat milk. Like I'm down to try all of those. It's just cow's milk grosses.
I went to this health convention. I was at a health convention like 3 weeks ago or something like that. And this girl, she wasn't the main speaker, but she gets up and she starts talking about raw milk. And she had a whole booth on raw milk and how great raw milk is. I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I remember asking my doctor. My doctor, she was like, don't do it. There's all kinds of stuff in it.
Yes.
But then these other people are saying how good it is for you. And I remember my sister's best friend grew up on a dairy, and they would always just get the milk right out of there and put it in the fridge and drink it.
Right.
And they said it was delicious.
There's like no preservatives or anything like that. Like I don't really know how the like cow world works like that, but like
Do you drink normal milk now or no?
I don't really drink milk,
Your kids?
but I'm not. But yeah, they do vitamin D milk.
Oh, it's
There's
so good.
regular milk.
They're going to be huge. Be ready.
Okay.
Did you guys happen to watch Monday Night Football last night?
Yeah, I
Anyone?
did.
yeah, I
You
did.
did?
Yes.
I didn't watch it. Did you see the Troy Aikman thing?
I didn't. I just saw Taylor Swift a couple times.
Listen to what happened to Troy Aikman, who was announcing this game.
There's Kelsey. Makes a move, and he's out of bounds.
The missus likes it, and
you know they're not married.
Oh, I know.
What is it with ex-Cowboy quarterbacks?
I'm sure I'm in trouble
married?
for saying that.
I know. It's do not. I mean, it happens.
Do not.
So Taylor was at the game, so now the rumors can stop, right? Because everyone's like,
I don't know if they can.
Really?
I don't
They think
know.
it's not
I
a
mean,
real?
she wasn't at his birthday charity function.
That's true.
Well, maybe she had something to do. She's like the biggest star in
know.
the world
I
right
know.
now.
Make time for your man, Tay Tay.